Talk about mindset. Why is it that some people are super talented and others aren't? Or some days you get a lot of stuff done and other days you simply can't be bothered to do anything. You know you should be working, sending that email, calling that potential client, filming that video for social media, writing that value post that attracts thousands of people to your page. You know you should be doing that every day, but you just don't. What's worse is you know that you need to be doing it, but you still don't do it, and it drives you crazy. Yet, the more you try to fight it, the more you start to procrastinate. Why is that? In this video, I'm going to show you the step-by-step on how the brain works and how they can either destroy our lives in massive procrastination to how we can activate beast mode and live a successful life. And at the end of this video, I guarantee you will feel like a weight's been lifted off your shoulders and you'll be able to get 10 times more stuff done. But let's talk about the brain. The brain is there to keep you safe, and more importantly, to keep you alive. That's kind of a good thing. Imagine if our brains didn't keep us alive. We would be jumping off bridges, jumping out of planes with no parachute. If humans lived without fear, we wouldn't have survived as a species, yet here we are. Your brain is there to keep you alive. So any sense of pain results in discomfort, and discomfort sends stress signals where you then start going into fight or flight response. Fight or flight response is usually life or death. Think of a lion chasing you thousands of years ago, or a car driving towards you on the same lane and you know it's 10 seconds away from hitting you. We still have fight or flight, but because we have trained our brains to seek dopamine, we have lost a lot of that fight, as all we do now is flight. Basically, that means whenever we are stressed, instead of fighting and pushing through, we seek dopamine, and that is comfortable. This is not your fault, this is just how we have evolved, and unfortunately, it's getting worse. And if you're watching this video, you're going to be miles in front of other people because you're going to learn what it is, and more importantly, how to overcome it. I want you to think back 20 years ago. If you wanted to meet someone special, what did you need to do? You needed to get off the couch, you needed to get dressed and go out. You had to put yourself in a bit of fear, which is the fear of the unknown. You had to meet people in bars, coffee shops, networking events, seminars, shopping centers, and everything else like that. You had to force yourself to meet people. You had to consume energy, which your brain doesn't like doing, but you were forced to use energy. Fast forward to today. What do we do if we want to meet someone? You don't even need to leave your own house. You don't need to leave your own bedroom. You can literally sit on the toilet and swipe people. It's minimum effort, but wanting maximum reward. But it doesn't just stop there. This applies for everything now. 20 years ago, if you wanted to see a movie, you were forced to drive down to the local movie store and pick a random movie to watch. You didn't even need to see a trailer. You had to pick a movie based on the front cover and then you went home to watch it. Now what do? We sit on the couch. We don't even need to get off the couch. We have access to millions of movies and songs and everything else in the matter of seconds. Once again, minimal effort, maximum reward. How about Uber Eats? Thousands of years ago, we had to kill our own food. We had to plant our own trees and had to take good care of our crops, because if we didn't, we would have no food. Sometimes a tree with fruit would take years to grow, so food was precious for us to survive. Now, we can get our phones and order basically anything we want in a matter of maybe 30 minutes. Again, minimal effort, maximum reward. It's not your fault as it's not mine. We have conditioned our brains to want the maximum reward while doing the least amount of work possible. This rolls into our daily lives, and it's why more and more people are feeling more fatigued, they're less motivated, and they procrastinate more, which leads to getting less stuff done. And we all know what happens when we get less stuff done, don't we? Your brain is not there to help you become successful, it's there to help you survive. Once you truly understand that, you will do things differently. I want you to imagine this. You're single and you see the most beautiful girl you've ever seen, or you see the most handsome man. And you lock eyes with them, and to your surprise, they smile back at you. You quickly look away because you're getting flustered, but you look back to see if they've just did the same thing as you. Now, here is an interesting part, and it's most likely happened to you more than once in your life. That person that smiled at you, and deep down you know that they are your dream partner. Everything about them from a physical standpoint is perfect to you and exactly what you're looking for. How many of you have just been in this situation just to walk away? To make matters worse, you know they like you and you still walk away. It's just insane how our brains work. You know that they like you and you know that they're your dream partner and you still walk away. You get back home and what do? You look in the mirror, shake your head in disbelief, and you constantly talk to yourself. Why? Why didn't I just say hi? Why didn't I just smile back and walk up and, just say hi? Why? Why? This is exactly what success is like. You know you want success, which is like the person smiling back at you. You know how to become successful, which is like walking up to them and saying hi, and that could potentially change your entire life. But you compromise yourself. You know you should be doing reels, but you procrastinate. You know you should be starting conversations with potential clients, but you procrastinate. You know what you need to be doing, you just don't do it. Just like that person could have changed your life, and instead you walk away just to regret it. Your brain is there to keep you alive. Any form of stress could mean danger. So why would you put yourself in more danger when you can just walk the other way? Knowing that person liked you, it makes logical sense that you would just walk up to them and say hi, but our brains don't work like that. Even if we are 99% sure, if there is a 1% doubt, that is enough for our brains to send stress signals. And when that happens, we seek dopamine, as walking up to a random person could put us in danger. In this scenario, we could get rejected, which makes us feel bad. Our brains know that to protect us, even if it's 1%, it will make us walk the other way. The same applies to your online business or whatever it is that you're doing in your life. If you doubt yourself 1%, you won't do what is required to win and become successful. We have conditioned our brains to consistently seek dopamine whenever we are stressed. Once we have dopamine, we feel better. Well, until we need it again and again and again. Feeling tired? Eat junk food. Feeling stressed? Eat some chocolate. Feeling overwhelmed? Drink some alcohol. We do this even though we know it's not good for us. Our brains don't care, or it doesn't actually know what is good and what is not good for us. All it cares about is surviving, and when you're surviving, you will not become successful, as you will do everything based on comfort, and growth does not happen there. So what is survival mode? Here's a list of what we can call the survival list. Watching porn, eating any form of junk food, drinking alcohol, taking drugs, playing games, distracting yourself, basically doing anything that shifts your emotions, which is feeling stressed to feeling happy. It can even be distracting yourself with another distraction. Knowing you need to do 5 videos for social media, but instead you do the washing. Knowing that you need to write 2 posts for Facebook, but you decide to wash your car when it doesn't even need to be washed. Any form of distraction is a survival mechanism, because that's your way to deal with stress. So what have we gathered so far? Your brain is there to help you survive. It doesn't know what is good or bad. It just wants us to feel safe and comfortable. Because when we are safe and comfortable, we have more chance to live. Even 20 years ago, we could deal with stress and stimulus better because we had to work for our reward. Dating, we had to get out of the house. Now, we can literally sit on the couch and swipe. We don't have to do anything. In today's time, we have conditioned our brains to want maximum reward for minimal effort. Every single one of you have conditioned your brains to seek maximum reward for minimal effort. And this is exactly why when you're stressed, you start to procrastinate. So the first steps to turning on beast mode and developing a really strong mindset is simply understanding how the brain works. Building a strong mindset takes time, and it's dependent on habits and building new patterns inside your brain. Your brain will adapt to your environment and do whatever is best to keep you alive. And for that to happen, you need to be safe and comfortable. Playing it safe and being comfortable will not make you successful, as growth does not happen when you are comfortable. So why do people settle for mediocrity? There is no simple answer, as everyone is different, but one of the number one things is your past. Ever since you were a baby, your brain has needed to develop to your surroundings, as that gives you the best chance to survive. I will give you 2 examples, and I want you to tell me which one of these people will grow up to be successful. The one on the left. Ever since she was a baby to the age of 15, she was told money doesn't grow on trees. She was told consistently by her parents that money is hard, and anyone who was a millionaire was either a scammer or doing something bad. When she wanted something from the supermarket, her parents kept telling her, no, put it back. It's either too expensive, or maybe she just didn't deserve it. Whatever the case, the little girl grew up around a negative environment where everything felt like it was too far out of reach. Then we have the one on the right. He was educated about money, and if he wanted some sweets, he would need to do some housework, even if it was cleaning his bedroom. He was told every day how much he was loved, and that one day he was going to grow up big and strong and is going to be successful. For his 15th birthday, he was taken to a personal development seminar to see Tony Robbins. If you had to put money on this, which one do you think would grow up to be more successful? Obviously, the one on the right has a much higher chance to become successful. Your brain is a sponge and will develop when you are young to keep you alive. Setting for average is a lot about how you were brought up. If you were told money is bad or money is hard to get, you're more likely to settle for an average job, or consistently be told money doesn't make you happy. On the other side, let's just say you grew up in a rich family. You wouldn't value money as much, as you always had it. Therefore, your mindset about money is easy to get. It's all based on how you were brought up. So if you're struggling mentally with money and success and just doing the work that is needed to get there, there's a good chance that your brain has learnt these patterns to keep you alive growing up since you were a baby. Here's a simple fact. If you walked up to 100 people who were struggling financially and asked them advice on how you could make $200,000 per year, how many of them do you think would give you good advice? Or do you think they would laugh and say something like, lol, like, haha, why are you asking me for? Now flip that around. You walk up to 100 millionaires and ask them advice on how to make $200,000 per year. How many of them do you think would actually give you good advice? How many of them would tell you money is actually easy to get and all you need is a good system, strategy, or a good plan to get there? If you no longer want to settle for being average, all you need to do is look at your past. The best way to overcome this is to acknowledge your past and accept it. Whatever your age, the past is the past, and you are where you are right now because of it. Once you've accepted it, you then need to understand that your brain has learned all of this to keep you alive and keep you safe, but it's because of that very reason why you're probably not where you want to be in life. So the first is to acknowledge, second is accepting, third is understanding, and fourth is where you need to rewire your brain for success and activate beast mode. Just know that if you feel like you're holding yourself back from reaching your full potential, it's normal behavior for your brain. You know you should be doing work, but you start to procrastinate. It's normal. You also know that you should be successful right now because you know what to do. The only thing that is holding you back is you have all the information in your head and you simply don't implement anything. That's also normal. Your brain hates change. So when you change or do stuff that is out of your daily habits that kept you alive, it starts to release stress signals. We go through life and start to think there is something wrong with us, when the reality is there is nothing wrong with us. Procrastination is normal. Settling for average is also normal. Not doing much work and settling for the minimum, but expecting maximum reward, that is also normal. But it's also that very reason why most of you won't be successful. And that is going to change right now. You now know your brain is there to protect you and keep you alive. Any form of stress, you start to want dopamine. This is when you start to procrastinate and distract yourself from work. That is normal, but you need to rewire your brain because surviving and being comfortable is not what it takes to become successful. Think of someone who is a bit overweight and knows that they should be going to the gym, but they don't. They want to have a six-pack or just a good body, but it doesn't matter how hard they try, they keep eating junk food and they will never go to the gym. They might even have some weights at home, but they keep telling themselves they will go to the gym tomorrow. And of course, that never happens. Your brain hates change because change could mean danger. You have survived this long, so why would your brain want your habits to change? So over the next 30 days, I want you to challenge your brain to the point where you exhaust all dopamine triggers. If you're addicted to dopamine, this will be extremely hard, but it's one of the most important steps to activating real beast mode. If you want to be able to work 10 to 15 hours per day and get 10 times more stuff done, you need to retrain your brain, and it all starts right now. In another video, I'll be talking about dopamine and the true nature of procrastination, so make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on those videos when I upload them. These series of videos will change your life. It's not until you understand what is actually happening is when you can actually start changing your life around. So in the comments, I'd love for you to write down 5 habits that you know you shouldn't be doing, but you keep doing them. Habits you know that are holding you back from massive success in your life and business. And of course, if you think this video can help people, please like and share this video, as this will help the video in the algorithm and push it out to more people. The more people that sees it, the more people we can help. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on the procrastination and dopamine videos. Bye for now.